Well, as usual, New York City's on the forefront of the weirdest stuff on the planet. Yeah, they got 31 new definitions, but not limited to definitions of sex. Like, in other words, male and female, and they got their own list now. And it's not included. This is not all inclusive. And actually, I had to look up what the hell all these definitions are. So there'll be like civil penalties for not using the right term, and yeah, I don't really give a damn about this stuff. But you know what it really comes down to, man? I'm not gonna say one thing against whatever transgender. Well, let me show you the definitions per their thing because it's the only way to really show it. This is actually right per New York City, so it's not limited to this. So you can have bigendered, cross-dresser, drag king, drag queen, femme queen, female to male, FTM, which is the abbreviation for female to male, gender bender, gender queen, male to female, MTF, non op, hijra, whatever that is, I don't even know what that stands for. It's probably in the Berkeley definition. University of Berkley, California, defines some of these terms, and some of them aren't even defined. I'm gonna comment. You see, I don't even care. I'm not gonna say one thing. I don't even give a damn if a person wants to be any of these things. I don't really care. But my problem is with the freaking government getting in our face about you cannot, if you don't use the right term, there'll be a civil penalty, and the universities having classes on and trying to define what these things are. Like, what the hell are you people doing in these universities, man? Well, my comment on the University of Berkeley: if I was president of the United States, or if I was in charge of the military, or even if I had access to a plane, I'd do an airstrike on that damn place because that place is screwed up. It's always been screwed up, man. Um, pangender, transsexual, one with one S and two S's, because I guess it doesn't, people don't know how to spell it or something. Trans person, woman, man. Oh, that's woman, man. Usually be butch, two spirit, trans, agender, third sex, gender fluid, non-binary transgender, androgyne, gender gifted, gender blender, femme person of transgender experience, and androgynous. Wow. And they say that's not all the definitions out there. So let's go to the University of Berkeley. Holy shit, man. Androgynous, a person appearing and or identifying as a neither man nor woman, presenting a gender either mixed or neutral. Wow. Ally, someone who advocates for and supports members. Hey, you know what? I'm thinking they're gonna have like classes on this. I mean, to me, this is gobbledygook. I mean, I don't really give a damn, man. I really don't give a damn about. I'm not saying I don't give a damn about people with whatever they fit into these descriptions. I mean, I just don't give a damn about these dumb rules, man. I mean, what are they trying to do? Freaking, this is so crazy. It almost reminds me, like, these people are rule freaks, like the extreme Bible thumpers of the 1800s were rule freaks about don't use the word damn or something. You know? I mean, that's what I'm looking at. These are rule freaks, and they're trying to steal your money anytime you freaking do something against whatever rule they make up. I mean, I kind of like the rule back in the during the time of the pharaohs and the pyramids when cats were considered gifts from the gods and cats were considered, meow meow cats. Cats were considered, what do you call it? Like, you couldn't freaking harm them if it was illegal to harm them. Yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah, you can make that rule up, but hey, whatever. Asexual, a person who is not sexually attracted to any gender, bias, prejudice, or inclination or preference, especially one that interferes with impartial judgment. And who the hell's going to judge if you have impartial judgment because you disagree with somebody? Bigender, a person whose gender identity is a combination of man and woman. Biphobia, the irrational fear and intolerance of people who are bisexual. Bisexuality, also known as bi, a person who is attracted to two sexes or two genders, but not necessarily simultaneously or equally. This used to be defined as what the hell is this? A person who's attracted to both genders or both sexes, but since there are only not only two sexes, see, intersex and transsexual. So they had to freaking modify the freaking definition of bisexual. Then there are not only two genders, see transgender. This definition is inaccurate. So what's the definition? Any sexuality instead of bisexuality? Cisgender, a person who is by nature or by choice conforms to gender, sex-based expectations of society. Whatever our society is, man, gender straight or gender normative. So this is what the University of Berkeley, California is doing. Man, boy, aren't they freaking, I mean, the freaking enlightenment things are going on, right? I'm going to give a shit if anybody does, tell you the truth. Um, I don't really care. I really don't care. I mean, I don't persecute people. I don't give a damn. But the thing is, the government's going to persecute you over their new freaking set of rules they're coming up with. Like, what the hell, man? I mean, I'm sure in between even the groups that are not man woman, the traditional, whatever, traditional, freaking biological way things are, um, you the people that are actually not in, any of those other groups, like in other words, somebody's like transgender or somebody's androgynous or somebody's asexual, I'm sure they're freaking fighting with each other over shit. You know what I mean? I mean, they're disagreeing with each other over different things. I mean, this is just a bunch of crap to freaking create hate, detention, and dissent and collect money for the government. Personally, I look at it like this, man. I think all the transgender LB, I keep freaking doing these acronyms wrong. It's a lesbian, bisexual, transgender, gay community or something. Lesbian, gay. I get the order wrong, right? But the LBTG, is that what it is? Um, I don't care like what anybody does. I don't really give a damn. Do whatever you want. You know, it's a free country. That's the way I look at it. Um, actually, actually all this stuff is making Bill Clinton look like a freaking monk. The guy that was celibate in a monastery. That's what it's making him look like. You know, and Bill Clinton's old passe, man. You know what I mean? He's heterosexual, but he likes underage women, right? So, although they're freaking making rules like that's okay too, right? But as of now, they'll bust the hell out of anybody with has freaking anything to do with somebody that was even 17 years old and 11 months, right? Even if they weren't exactly a child, but if they were a child by the law, right? So, anyway, I got to tell you this, man. This has gotten to the point where, you know, I think New York City is going to get nuked. Okay? I'm serious. They're screwed up beyond belief. They're going to get nuked. Um, what can I tell you? It's going to be something that, I don't know if it's going to be punishment from God, but it's just sort of like what comes around goes around. And, they're too busy about worrying about this bullshit rather than, fixing the potholes in the road or something like that, or, I don't know, cleaning up the water that the people drink, getting the garbage out of the freaking Hudson River and the Hudson Bay. I mean, what the hell, man? And they're more worried about this. I mean, to me, I think anybody should be able to do what the hell they want anyway. I don't care. I'm not going to play all religious about this and say, oh, you can't do that. I don't care. But I'm looking at the University of Berkeley. I'm like, what are you guys doing? These people getting paid big bucks, freaking sit around and come up with these dumb definitions. I mean, who cares about, defining something like, I mean, next thing I have definitions about, what clothes you wear or something like that, or maybe what's your favorite color? Maybe you like blue better than red, so that means you're discriminating against the color red. I mean, I'm not a red person. I'm not saying, a person has a reddish hue on their skin or something. I'm saying is, just the color in general, right? I mean, how about people that are into cars? If you like Chevy and you like Ford, you're discriminating against Ford because you're like Chevy, and you like Ford, you discriminate against Chevy or something. What the? I mean, these people are just freaking making up dumb shit. And you know what? There's always a money angle behind it. Who benefits, right? The ones making up the dumb rules. I can't believe these professors are getting paid money to teach this crap. It's like, what does it do? What does it do? Who cares, man? Really? What does it really do? I don't know. Anyway, I figured I'd point this out because if I remember saying some of this stuff years ago. I know how ridiculous it's going to get, but I think some of the centers of all the corruption. I don't even want to call them corruption because I really don't have nothing against the people that do whatever the hell they want to do. I mean, screw it. I mean, the way I look at it, it's a free country, man. If you want to be androgynous, gender bender, whatever, twirl around, whatever you want to do, fine, cool, whatever. But to freaking make a bunch of civil laws about all this bullshit. I mean, when it comes down, everybody has individual rights. You don't need to freaking contain everybody in these little groups because there's 50 million groups from every which way from Sunday. Like there could be somebody. Oh, I saw on Alex Jones. They had this one. What was her name? Blair White. Is that what it was? She was a transgender. She looks. I mean, she looks 110% female to me. I couldn't tell the difference. I mean, I would never know. She was DNA born male, but she's like kind of conservative in some ways. Like, like I don't know if you want to call it that, but she's kind of at odds with some of the transgenders. So I'm thinking this, it's like this, man. I mean, say you're like, androgynous, transgender, whatever the hell you are, right? Something like that, gender blender. Gender blender, that's a pretty funny one. You're a gender blender. Anyway, so you're a gender blender, right? Whatever the hell. I have to look it up. It's kind of funny. I mean, I wouldn't mind taking that class. If I had to go to college, again, and I had to take a stupid liberal arts fill-in bullshit 3 credits, and that was and I had to take a course. I'd take a course on this crap because it would be fun, And the gender blender, the freaking, the teacher would freaking give you probably give you, I don't know, extra credits for freaking weird shit too, as long as it's a female teacher. But anyway, what I'm saying is that people are being categorized in all these groups, and it's like even like say somebody's a gender blender, all the gender blenders aren't going to think the same way on all the issues and everything else. They're not going to have all the same way they think, right? Even amongst the gender blenders, and I guess you got different blends of the gender blenders, right? So who the hell is freaking enforcing all these draconian laws? You gonna have a civil fine for not saying the right word that you're a gender blender? I think that's a pretty funny term, though, to tell you the truth. I kind of like that term, but I don't know what the hell it means exactly. Maybe it's on this damn freaking thing here. Definitions. A gender blender. Is there a gender blender here? Gender. Probably not, man. It's probably Berkeley didn't get around to it yet, maybe. No, they don't have gender blender. Yeah, it's probably why I thought it was kind of funny. Even Berkeley doesn't define it yet. Gender blender. That's a good one, man. Actually, I think gender blender should freaking define everybody because maybe everybody is a gender blender in some ways. Who the hell knows, right? If you wear anything that's, whatever, you could be considered. Well, I mean, I guess every person out there probably has, even a male has probably like a 1% female trait. You know what I mean? It's just not like sexes aren't exact, but sexes are different. But it's not like we're totally miles apart, either. So, but who gives a shit about this crap, man? I don't know. Gender blender. Yeah, Berkeley didn't even define it. Berkeley, you better get on a job, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'd do an airstrike on these assholes. I mean, I wouldn't just build a wall around freaking Berkeley. I'd just blow them up. Fuck them. I don't give a shit. Synergy 7 for president. Uh-huh. Yeah. Berkeley has always been screwed up, man. Always. 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 I don't know what the hell good they are. They should have been up there at the Bundy Ranch freaking laying down on the ground protesting because of the BLM was killing cows or some shit, Where's Berkeley when you need them, right? Use them as sandbags or something. Anyway, yeah, I'm being mean, but I don't really give a shit about those people, man. I don't care. But yeah, I mean, I don't care about the gender blenders, and gender blenders can do whatever the hell you want. Fine. Anyway, but that's what's going on in New York. I think New York's going to get blown up. Maybe it's not because of something written in the Bible, but I don't know. If they're worried about this kind of shit more than anything, they already lost their purpose. I don't know what the hell New York's supposed to be doing. The city's just, it's stupid. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. So, I don't know. Sorry. I mean, I mean, I'm not meaning to upset anybody about this. And you know what? If you're a gender blender, I don't care if you're a gender blender. That's fine. You ought to tell Berkeley what the hell that means so they could put it down in their little stupid definitions like they're doing something good for the humanity. God, what a waste. What do people go to college for, to learn that? Really? Hey, gender blender, get up on the roof and start nailing the shingles down. We need the roof fixed. I mean, that's more important than freaking being a gender blender. I don't care if you're a gender blender. Grab a hammer and fix something. Anyway, that's all I got to say about this stuff because New York City is like screwed up. Period. That's why I don't live around there. Anyway, over and out.